This is called the greatest spectacle of racing, which is the Indy 500. But why is it called the greatest spectacle of racing and why is it so special? Let's find out. The Indy 500 is just around the corner and I'm sure the surrounding buzz has made you extremely curious. My name is Anmol and you're watching Anmol Says Hello and this is Indy 500 explained for you. In the early 1900s, the races were typically held on the streets in a very unorganized manner. However, later somebody eventually thought that it'll be better if these cars have a track to race on. An Indianapolis businessman called Carl G. Fisher visited the Brooklyn track in the UK and decided that the America is a better playground to have a racetrack. He decided to build the world's greatest track right here at Indiana. Backed by the funders, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway was opened in 1905. However, the intense and gruesome brutal nature of the track gave it a nickname of the Widowmaker because of the number of lives lost at the track. Fisher knew that the change was required and they needed a safer surface at the track, and due to which 3.2 million bricks were laid down to make it a safer place to race on, and that also earned this track its new nickname called the Brickyard. Over the years, the track has gradually evolved in line of safety and only a very thin line of bricks remain. However, the racing of the bricks tradition still stands as strong. Indy 500 is held under the championship calendar of the NTT IndyCar Series Championship. However, the first roots of the American open wheel racing can be traced back to 1905, but the first recorded race was held in 1909 at Portland, Oregon, meaning IndyCar's roots are older than those of Formula One's. Notably, the Indianapolis 500 became the centerpiece of the IndyCar series only in 1996 when the Indianapolis Motor Speedway owner Tony George formed the Indy Racing League, which was later rebranded as IndyCar. However, the Indy 500 itself has been running since 1911, making it the oldest premium motorsports event with the 109th running scheduled this weekend. Only twice has the event been cancelled in its more than 100-year-long history, and that is during the two world wars. After the Second World War, the Brickyard had fallen into an extremely shanty condition requiring a lot of repair. Three-time winner of the 500, Wilbur Shaw, convinced Tony Holman to make the necessary repairs and bring back glory to the Indy 500. And only after a few years, it was added to the prestigious Formula One World Championship calendar. However, Indy 500 was not an ordinary race in the Formula One calendar as it followed its different rules, had extremely different driver roster participating in the race, and it was often run on the same weekends as one of the European races. In the 1960, the prestigious iconic Indy 500 was thrown off the Formula One schedule permanently. In IndyCar races, drivers are allotted points after each high-octane battle, with the winner taking home 50 points. However, stakes get higher at the greatest spectacle of racing, where the winner scores 100 points and prize money of around $5 million. The race was originally advertised as the International 500-mile sweepstakes race from 1911 to 1916. However, from its inception, the race has been widely known as the Indianapolis 500 because of the 500-mile race held at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, a suburb of Indianapolis, Indiana. Along with Formula One's Monaco Grand Prix and World Endurance Championship's 24 Hours of Le Mans, the Indy 500 makes up the triple crown of motorsports that many long to wear, but only one man in history has achieved this honor. It was none other than the two-time Formula One world champion and 1966 Indy 500 winner Graham Hill. It is said that the speedway owes drivers nothing and extracts everything out of them, and rightly so, as it is one of the hardest races on the planet. While on the face of it, the showdown might look like an ordinary one, with cars going around in circles, turning left, the reality is that the unforgiving corners of the rectangle known as the oval demand everything from the driver and in turn their cars. The build-up to 500 is huge and celebrated as the 500 festival, which involves multiple days of practice before and after the qualifying. The unique nature of qualifying begins after the Fast Friday practice and lasts over 2 days. The Indy 500 starting grid is not determined by lap times but rather average speed. One also needs to understand that at Indy 500, the cars qualify for the race and not the drivers. On Saturday, the first day of qualifying, every single driver entered in the Indy 500 is guaranteed an opportunity to set a speed. Day 1 only sets starting position from 13 to 30th. The fastest drivers will move on to a session on Sunday where they will battle for pole position. The 4 slowest drivers will move to a session on Sunday where they will battle for the last and final 3 grid slots. This year's race is scheduled for May 25th. However, May 23rd will be celebrated as Carb Day, which is the last chance for teams to fine-tune setups before Sunday's 500-mile battle and is followed by concert. May 24th is the Legends Day, which includes autograph sessions, etc. Here are some fun facts about the Indy 500. The drinking milk tradition dates back to 1936 when Louis Meyer won his third Indy 500 and began the tradition of drinking milk in the winner's circle. His drink of choice was actually buttermilk, something his mom told him was good to drink on a hot day. However, today's winners have their choice of whole milk, 2% or skim milk. The second one is the kissing of bricks tradition, which started at IMS, where the drivers and crew celebrate their victory by kissing the yard of bricks. This tradition was started in 1996 by NASCAR champion Dale Jarrett and his crew chief Todd Parrott after winning the Brickyard 400. In 1977, Janet Guthrie became the first woman to qualify for the 500 race. There have been 9 women who've participated in the race since the inception of it. In 2005, Danica Patrick led the 500 and finished 4th. In 2009, she was placed 3rd in the prestigious race. Up next, a detailed video on the drinking of milk tradition, so stay tuned for more.